not begin until the second step. As with the fourth step, you'll want to practice this approach over and over again until it becomes second nature.
The approach is a very personal thing. Everybody develops their own style. If you watch the pro bowlers on TV on Saturday afternoons, you will see a wide diversity of different styles, and there's nothing wrong with that. What you will find, though, are that there are some key issues, and the biggest one is that they are in good time. They're never very late with their push away or real early with their push away, or when they get to the foul line, they're very solid. The ball's coming through as they're finishing their slide, and they're in the right positions. They may do some strange things to get to that spot, but they all have that one thing in common, and that's they're solid at the foul line.
That the average bowler tends to slide straight or slightly to the left if you're right-handed. And what that happens is with the bowling ball pulling through, they fall off to the right. Now the correct way to do it would be as the slide starts to hit the approach, you want to slide slightly to the right if you're right-handed. That way it keeps all the weight behind you, it keeps all the weight in the center of your body, and your slide foot will end up directly underneath your chin.
One of the benefits that I found by going to a 5-step approach is it helps to increase your ball speed. This is something that I had to do for the drier lane conditions on the women's tour, or a lot of times you'll find in just league play as the lanes break down, you'll want to try to increase your ball speed. It's a good idea maybe to try a 5-step approach. You move back on the approach, you start with the other foot. It'll help you gain momentum, get the ball going a little bit faster.
You'll see a lot of things that are a little different from the 4- and 5-step approaches we have described. Of course, our bodies are different. But for most of us, one of these two approaches will give us a smooth, consistent delivery that is essential to a good score. Leila, one of the most common things people do is when they push the arm swing out and bring it back, they bring it back in the middle of the back, come around their hip line and follow through in this manner, which causes them to pull the ball away from their spot. We like to suggest to them when they push the ball out, come back in a straight arm swing, come through in a straight arm swing, follow through straight, which creates a better follow through, more accuracy, more consistency to the pocket. Okay? Why don't you demonstrate that for us?
All right, Dick.
Okay. An essential component of your delivery is a consistently straight arm swing, like a pendulum on a clock. A straight arm swing will keep you from pulling the ball to the left or pushing it to the right. To help assure a proper arm swing, be sure that you hold the ball to the side of your body as you begin your approach. Don't hold the ball in the middle of your body. Now, as you push the ball away from your body, push it in the direction you want the ball to travel when it is released. Your arm should swing clear of your hip in a nice straight arc. Keep your arm relaxed, allowing gravity to do most of the work. Watch one more time. Proper stance. Push away. Backswing. And a nice smooth delivery. Practice it until it feels totally natural, so you'll do it correctly every time. Many recreational and league bowlers want to learn to throw a hook, but they get frustrated and give up too soon. If you want the strikes that hooking the ball can help provide, you'll want to work on this important technique. The secret to throwing a hook is in your release. Before you try to learn to throw a hook, master the fundamentals of your approach and your arm swing to ensure that you can deliver the ball accurately. Having accomplished this, you will want to learn how to hook the ball to increase your strike potential. The angle at which a hooking ball enters the pocket and the power that is developed as the ball grips the lane on the back end combine to reduce ball deflection and increase pin carry. While many other factors, such as oil in the lanes and speed of the ball, affect hook, you must release the ball properly to create hook. To do this, you want to rotate your hand counterclockwise as you release the ball, causing the ball to rotate and then hook as it grips the lane on the back end. Watch it again. The ball is rotated counterclockwise as it is released. For a left-hander, rotation would be clockwise. Let's look at it a few more times. The hand is used to rotate the ball right at the moment of release. The arm swing does not change, only the action of the hand and wrist. As I deliver the ball, some players find themselves reversing the rotation of the ball. These so-called backup balls do indeed hook, and there's nothing wrong with this release for a recreational or league bowler. If you throw a backup ball, just make sure you use it to its full potential by throwing from the opposite side of the lane and attacking the pins like a left-hander would, or vice versa if you're a left-hander.
You see a lot more women throw backup balls than you do men. I know firsthand that when I started bowling, I started throwing a backup ball, and it wasn't until I was into bowling for a year or two that I started to actually try to hook the ball, and it was something that did not come natural. I know throwing a backup ball was very natural for me to do, so I really empathize with many women that try to start hooking the ball, and they get very frustrated because they can't. I have to believe it's something in the way our arms are made and the difference between a man and a woman's arm. That or else it's the physical strength that a man can just overpower the ball going counterclockwise versus going clockwise.
Probably the main reason why you want to throw a hook is the great difference in pin action. Straight ball is usually what an average the beginning bowler usually learns because it's easiest to throw, and but you're not going to throw a lot of strikes that way. You have to be very, very accurate. And the reason why the best bowlers in the world throw a hook is the tremendous pin action they get caused by the hook angle the ball makes on the back end of the lane. And it's probably the most misunderstood part of bowling on exactly how to throw a hook. But the benefits are tremendous. You don't have to be as accurate. You can, per se, open the lane up, and the pins just fly everywhere.
The release, very much like the approach, is very personal. Based on your body size, how tall you are, how long your arm is, how muscular or lack of muscle that you might have, you're going to develop your own style. You want to try to generate some power in the release, but today's balls will generate a lot of that power. So it's most important that you get a release that's comfortable, that doesn't tear up your hand, and that you can do consistently from week to week.
Oil dressings on the lanes have a tremendous effect on the ball's motion down the lane. Yet even many experienced bowlers bowl as if the oil wasn't there. Understanding the effects of oil is key to hitting the pocket more often. Oil lane dressings are applied to protect the lane surface from the repeated battering it gets from bowling balls. The lane is oiled from the foul line to a distance of about 30